All right, another update from the garage. Back here with the Himalayan. Just had a few updates on where we're at with things. A couple weekends ago, I drove all the way down to the Phoenix area from Flagstaff, which is about 150 miles one way. I took kind of the back way down, drove along the Mogollon Rim, and then kind of went down through Payson. It was really awesome. Had my first experience with low fuel, kind of sussing out exactly how thirsty this thing is, and so had a little scare there. It went a little on the low side, but managed to be okay. So got the first big service done, 300-mile service, and it was really cool because the folks at the shop printed out all the future services for me, like the step-by-step service instructions, so that I can do a lot of them myself if I choose to. And most of the stuff in the services is actually pretty simple stuff. It's like just a lot of inspecting different things, inspecting the air filter, changing oil filter, obviously, kind of just going through lubing stuff, making sure everything is mechanical parts are good and such. Obviously the valve adjustment's a little tricky. So, if I'm doing my own, I may not do that, but for the most part, the stuff's really straightforward. So, got that done, drove back, visited some friends along the way, had a really great time. Had a little scare on the way back with starting to get into dusk, and there's a lot of elk here in the Flagstaff area. So, had a little scare with some evening wildlife. That'll certainly get you on your toes when you are on a two-wheeled vehicle. But overall, performed great. Actually, performed much smoother after the service. What else can I say? Oh, definitely got cold. So I need to get some better gear if I'm going to plan to ride in sort of cooler temps. It did snow here this week, but it's already going to be back up into the 60s. So I'm hoping to get back out on a couple more rides. Couple of things that I've noticed about the motorcycle. I'm gonna see if I can switch this around. I guess I can't. A couple things I've noticed. The dealer actually installed a SAE plug for me. So I've got it just plugged into the tender over there on the wall, which is great. I was thinking I had to install one of those myself. So now I can install like a little USB charger right into the SAE plug and don't even have to worry about anything crazy. So that's all good. The other big thing that I did was I installed handguards. So as you can see here, I was gonna go with that brand, a Cerbis, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but I did notice online a lot of people with Himalayans have that brand, but I don't know. I ended up going with the Barkbusters because they had a kit that fit, and it's kind of hit or miss with handguards for the Enfield because a lot of the reviews talk about how they actually can hit the instrument cluster or hit the windshield. So it's like, don't get this brand. They didn't fit, and I will say this without getting into too much detail. It's very complicated to get them on. So there's this weird, like, series of parts here that all have to fit together in this weird Tetris way, and I probably fiddled with it for a good hour, like while it was loose, to try and get it all fit. And when I finally got it, it was like, okay, I get it. I see how it's supposed to fit now. But I did get them both on, and they're both lined up pretty nicely. I think it looks pretty slick. I like that this model is a little bit fatter, like a little bit bigger. Really gives you like full protection as opposed to the Cherbys. And I also looked at the Barkbuster VPS, which are a little bit smaller, but I just like this because it's nice and big. Maybe that gives me a little bit more drag, I don't know. But the good thing is, as you can see, is if I turn my handlebars, it's hard to tell, but it actually does fully clear. There's a little bit of space right there, and it does not hit the instrument cluster. And the same on the other side. It actually just clears. You can see there's a little bit of space there. So no problems for me. I don't know why these other folks have such problems with it. I mean, it is close, and I'm guessing if if the handlebar is tilted a little bit further forward, that could certainly cause a problem. But I was ready to tilt things back if it was too close, but honestly, it worked out great. The other thing that I will say too is I did open it up kind of full throttle on the highway that I was on to kind of see sort of how fast I could get it going. And I got it up to like low 70s, pushing it. It's still in the break-in period, so I didn't want to like go too hard on it, but definitely we'll hit 65, no problem. We'll hit 70 unless I'm going up a hill, like a decent hill. But anything over 70, you're starting to really get over, you started getting up to like 52, 5,500 RPM. It's getting a little rough, but for me, 70 miles an hour is it's perfect. So yeah, that's it. I just took it out for a quick spin now. It's good. I found a gas station just a few miles on the road that only sells ethanol-free gas. So it's kind of nice. I can put ethanol-free gas in it like before winter here, and I don't even have to worry about putting like stable in it for the winter. I mean, I probably will put a little in it still, but just it's kind of nice. I don't have to worry about ethanol gas. And I guess the other thing is one of my grad students actually got me a little gift. She's graduating, so she got me, and part of the gift was a sticker for Arizona with the ponderosa pine tree, which is, for those of you that don't know, is kind of synonymous with Flagstaff. And so I just kind of thought how apropos to have that be my first official pannier sticker. You know, I've got some other stickers that I want to put on. Like I've got some that I brought back from Antarctica. Some kind of fun ones. Obviously, I didn't take the motorcycle to Antarctica, but I thought, you know, a nice symbol of home base. So yeah, it's kind of silly, but that's the update so far. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to say. I do have some other little things ordered. They're like little kind of upgrades and mods that I'll slowly kind of put together over winter. And then when the weather gets better, you know, start planning some really big trips up into Colorado. But for the most part, we do still have maybe a week or two left of good riding. And if I can deal with the cold, you know, it's only about 30 miles to start to get down Oak Creek into Sedona, where even in the dead of winter, it's you know, in the 60s down there. So if I can just make it through this cold, you know, 15, 20 miles of cold up here on the top of the plateau, I can get down the switchbacks to Sedona, and even in February still be riding around if I can deal with the snow up here. So we'll see, but that's the update for now.